What's going on? Beyond the break here with our weekly eBay purchases. Picked up a lot of cards over the last week or so from DC Sports. We'll go through the cards that we bought and kind of our thinkings around what we're going to be submitting to PSA fairly shortly. But in regards to what we're buying, just a whole lot of everything, football, basketball, baseball. And then kind of gearing up for, from a PSA standpoint, submitting some cards ahead of the basketball season, actually, hopefully get back in time for basketball. But with that being said, let's just dive into it. Picked up a few slabs. I'm going to start trying to do this if I can. If I can feel like I get them for fairly cheap. With PSA kind of having a bunch of orders, currently at PSA, I do want to get some slabs up on the store. So got this Manny Bowman rookie for PSA 9. Got this for, under $10. I think all these I got for under $10. Marino, just ultra PSA 9, 1x1. I thought it was a cool card. Got this again for $4 or $5. And then a Vince Carter rookie, just the flagship tops, PSA 8. Got this for maybe $10, $12. Figure why not put it on the store, see what we can get. But got those. But with that being said, let's jump into the raw cards that we picked up. So start off with this first pile here. Leo DeVries, part of that big trade for the Padres. Number one of the top 5 prospects in all of baseball, out of 150. Tavon, rookie auto. If you guys know him, he was quite the sensation back in the day. Did not have the pro career you thought, but with that being said, I'd assume he's got a pretty strong market. Adebayo from Prism Deca out of 25. Powell, Gold Shimmer out of 10. We got a Cade Cunningham red, nice color match here out of 88. Jalen Duran, pink disco. This is out of 50. He was hurt a little bit last year, but I get him and Jaden Ivey mixed up, but I think he's on the come up here. He's, especially with Detroit as a whole. I'm trying to buy some of their player cards if I can. Maxi camo out of the new Select out of 99. Sebastian Walcott, top 5 prospect in all of baseball. It's just a refractor out of 499. Picked this up just for $1. Just Beltran game used jersey. Starting to see what it's like to buy some of these cards. I know a lot of these sticker cards are tough to grade. I can already see some issues potentially there, but we'll see. Got this for $4 or $5. AJ Burnett, rookie, SP signature, on-card auto. He had a really solid career, won a World Series with the Yankees. Just overall solid career. So not a Hall of Famer, but Hall pretty good. Antoine Smith, gold out of Topps Finest. Protector on out of 100. We'll see if that's potentially gradable. And then Darren Fox, blue out of 199. Next stack here, we got Fitz, Scope out of 99. Another Cade Cunningham semi color match, red out of 88. McCain, rookie, Blue City Edition out of 199. Another DeVries out of 150. Just a Kobe MVP base from Upper Deck. Center looked good, so we'll see if it's gradable. Reggie Wayne, rookie, this is out of 999. Urlacher Fleer, I think this is out of 100. Hopefully that's gradable. Surtain, just hollow from Optic. Definitely one of the best corners, if not the best corner of all of football. Escobar, top prospect for the Phillies. First Bowman out of 150. Ichiro, finest out of 150. And then another gold. This is Priest Holmes this is out of 300 actually. All right. Next stacked here, we got Schilling, Fleer, Platinum Medallion out of 50. Jermaine Dye, Topps Chrome Refractor, second year Gold Cup. Jerry, Gamers Prestige. This is out of 750. Jose De Paula. He is a top prospect for the Dodgers. This is out of 25. Devontae Adams Purple out of 50. Another Schillings Platinum out of 50. I just picked this up. Thought it was a cool card. Marvel Captain America Refractor. Abrams Gold. Solid player for the Nationals. This is number 2. This is number 50 as well. Smith-Njigba Hollow from Optic. Another Walcott Refractor out of 499. Just a base Griffey. Center looked good. Bone Chrome. And then Trent Green Own the Game. This is out of 100. And then I got picked up 3 others. We got Metcalf Bronze from Heatwave from Phoenix. This is numbered to 50. Cade Red Rookie Ticket. And then Marvin Harrison Atomic. Such a sick card from Phoenix Rookie here. So, like usual, we'll go through the pile and see which ones are gradable and which ones are not. All right, so we graded we bought 49 cards. 23 came back not gradable, which is not ideal. We like to be, 60-40, 70-30. That's just the name of the game with some, buying from a site like DC Sports. And just a lot of just small scratch marks. I'm being a little stricter on my grading and what I deem a 9 and a 10. And if depending on the card, depending on the grade it could potentially get to, the margins and all that, I always take that in consideration. So a lot of these have just minor dings. I'm not going to go through all of them, but a lot of them, like I mentioned, just scratch marks. A lot of the newer cards, a lot of for example, this had a couple scratches on the front. Older card like this, no issues, is typical, just a little bit of whitening on the corners. For it's potential 9, I would say, but for a base card like this, I wouldn't send that to PSA. The Abrams scratch marks, the green had some, I want to say some scratch marks as well. Scratch marks, a couple dimples here. You can actually probably see through 2 dimples right there. Typical with these hollows. Same for the Sertan. You can see the 1 dimple there. The BAM, I'll just show, front looked pretty good, and then you get in the back here, and you can see some sort of indent line. Looks like maybe someone potentially wrote on that. I don't know. But with that being said, obviously not going to send that to PSA. DeVries scratches, Cunningham scratches, Tyrese scratches. So a lot of these newer cards, scratch marks. The Fitzgerald, I think this had a couple scratches too. The Cade, you can probably see, yes, you can see 1 large scratch going down the side there. And then there was some other issue down below here. Can't seem to find it. Can't get it in the light. There is like a indent going on there. Can't really get in the light, but fortunately we'll not be sending that to PSA. Indent. This looked funny all around, but this had some wear and tear on the side here, so some scratch marks there. Or no, that's part of the card. Where was the scratch marks? You had some scratch marks up here, indent. But I can't seem to find what I was looking for. But with that being said, just, thicker card like that, no surprise there. Thicker card, indent, just wear and tear, older card here. Both the platinums, so just, unfortunately, just no-goes here. Some major scratches there on that one. Obviously, with the centering for these, always typical centering, but even without the centering, I was hoping for potential 9 here. But with that being said, a lot of scratch marks there. Centering for this is way off. You can see top to bottom, scratches and more scratches. So like I said, like just a lot of minor issues. But again, like with PSA and the grading, you want to be careful what you're sending to PSA, especially these days with the grading scales. You know, people seeming to have stricter grading scales. That being said, you know, there are some cards that we deemed potential 10s. The Escobar, definitely a potential 10 there. The Smith, if I remove the protector, I would say close to a 9. There was one minor scratch mark, but for a card like this, out of 100, potentially send to PSA. Duran, 10. The Burnett looked good, between 9 and 10 there. Walcott, 10. Fox, 10. Surprised on the thicker card here, the UD game jersey for Carlos Beltran. Potential 10 there. And then both the gold Powell and the Bryant MVP, potential 10 as well. And these are more of the urgent ones that we'll be sending to PSA. The Urlacher over 100 and Reggie, 9 and 10 between those two. The Holmes, 9, I want to say. I have never sent ones with the rigid edges, so I'm very curious how that's going to go. I'm definitely going to take note of that. So I'd rather send this one first for the potential 9 than the other gold that I picked up. So we'll be sending that pretty shortly to PSA. DeVries, this looks like a potential 10. Want to get this graded as quick as possible. And the McCain, Harrison, potential 10s. Want to get these graded as well with the seasons coming up for both their respective sports. That being said, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And as always, leave comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, let us know. Until next time, peace.